Hello, hello.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey. Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Talk That Stuff, where we get into the mess of your favorite reality TV shows. And this week we'll be covering all of the drama, strategy, lack thereof strategy, depending on how you look at it, of week 7 from Big Brother. So when we last left off, Rachel was HOH. So when we last met, Rachel was HOH, and she had nominated Vinny, Micky, and Morgan, and that's kind of where we left off. And so in the Wednesday episode, um, of course, nobody's happy being on the block, but Micky was especially upset because she felt like Rachel was intimidated by her, and people can see the fakeness from Rachel and the genuine and realness from her. And she also,
I feel like you're setting this up. I feel like you said.
that's what she said. That's what she said. But she also was like in the room in tears, like telling people like she prayed for Rachel to win HOH. And I'm like, did they not air the prayer? Because all I remember is her gunning for Rachel because that was like her main target. Like she was praying against. Maybe she should have said she prayed for the HOH and not necessarily for her to win. But yeah. But but she talked to Rachel. She was in tears and was like, Rachel, I would have never done this to you. I can't believe you. And I'm just like, at some point, I mean, she seemed genuine and like she meant it. And I'm like, she is in Hollywood. I'm like, is she a good actress or does she really believe this stuff? Because she was like putting it on thick.
Have we seen her in some Tyler Perry plays and movies or
Right.
something?
She is, yeah, Atlanta. She signed her up because she can.
I mean, the tears fall on a dime. Like it takes nothing for her to boo hoo. She orchestrates people. She orchestrates people to leave, and she be
right. I'm just like, wait a minute. And to me, I would feel fine with it if it's working for her. It's like, okay, yes, you're making those good moves, you're faking people out and stuff like that, but people are onto her now, and she hasn't made the best moves necessarily for her game so far. But do you think Rachel is intimidated by Micky?
No.
Okay.
And if Rachel is intimidated, no one would ever know. Ever.
And I think the reason she nominated her is, I mean, she's wanted to nominate her and people constantly told her that. So she knew that if Micky won, she would have been on the block.
She was willing to work with Micky. Had people not run back and told her the truth,
then
that wouldn't have happened.
So, what was happening? Oh, Rachel and Keanu, they locked in a final 2, which was like the strangest pairing. To me, I like
it. But it was so smart.
Yeah, very smart. I like seeing them together, and it could work if Keanu wasn't Keanu. It's like you got a good thing going, brother. Nobody's going to figure this out. And to me, like you could do a way where you target people kind of on her side to play it up like y'all not working together, but don't target your final 2 if it's a true final 2, because he seemed genuine, but he just, I don't know what to say about Keanu.
No, there's a long game that he could play. I mean, he could be like buttering them up. Oh man, best friends. We cool. All the while he knows full well what's about to happen because she's telling him, but he's not doing that. He's not thinking like that
at all. So they have the veto competition on that Wednesday. The OTEV was back, and Will and Lauren were chosen to play. And so for those that are not familiar, OTEV is just like one of those just standard BB competitions that everybody looks, they look forward to. And it's usually some type of character. OTEV, I guess. So he was speaking through this Italian guy this time. He had an Italian accent, and then it was a farting sidekick. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, did it really smell, or did they say act like it smelled? Because they just had a green mist, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's so awful." But I'm like, I don't know if it really smelled. But in any case, they give clues, and you have to run out into like muck and guck, honey, or whatever, sticky stuff, water, and find the names to answer those questions. And so last year, they only went one round. I don't know if you remember, they only went one round,
No, I
and
don't remember.
everybody, got it wrong. So anyway, they gave clues, and they called it like the rat. So they had to find rats, and it's like, okay, this rat, blah blah blah. So the first one was like they said 2 rats who were both evicted by 9 votes. Now, are you? Would you win this? Maybe if we were in the house, but I know when I hear those clues, I have no idea. I'm just like, nope, I don't know. It could be anybody. And the people in the house weren't. Well, I guess most of them were clear on that one.
Most years, I can't. I can't. I can't. I don't even remember the people's names. To be honest with you, I'll remember their face. I'll be like that one, but I can't. The name escapes me. But because they're close quarters, there's no one else. They're gonna remember these people's names. But me, watching,
and not just the names, but like the 9 votes, like, but maybe I guess they probably remember, because
if you watch Big Brother, you know that you need to pay attention to the votes and all of that, especially when it comes to hotel, not just hotel, but a lot of different games.
Yeah, to get to the end, they ask a lot of those questions, and they're getting smarter and smarter with the way they ask them. But in any case, it was Zay and Jimmy, and Will was eliminated the first round, and so the second round
was that a surprise? The fact that Will was eliminated. I've got to ask.
It was not. And I don't think he threw it. Like, I don't.
No, he definitely didn't throw it.
Yeah, because he said that if he won, he would take Micky off. But I don't think he necessarily wanted to win per se. But yeah, he hasn't gotten close. I don't think in any. He's played. I think it seems like he gets picked the most for the vetoes. He almost plays.
I remember them said that someone said he's played for every veto. That's what I heard someone say that.
Okay. And I'm just like, because he gets picked a lot. And I'm just like, and it's like I forget that he's in there because that's how bad he played. It's not like, oh, he almost got that one. And I think the one he got closest was that HOH with Ava. And they were both
right. That's right.
But that was kind of like.
But when it happened, I was just like, oh, Ava's gonna win. Like Ava's gonna win.
Because I think he actually he hit the thing first, but he was wrong, and so she won by default. But in any case,
it was a good strategy. It was a good strategy.
Yeah, because if he was right, he would have won, but he wasn't. So anyway, round 2, they asked for 2 rats that were both the only evicted house guest to win a BB Blockbuster competition. So that was Adrian. They're looking, and in that round, I
forgot Adrian was even in the game.
I didn't forget Adrian. I forgot Zay. I think when they mentioned Zay, I was like, oh yeah, but he was the first week. So, but yeah, through the whole season, I remember the names like while they're in the house after a couple of weeks, but after they're gone, if they didn't make a big splash or something, I don't really remember them. Yeah. But that one got Vince, so he was gone. So they're all sitting up there. It's Rachel, Micky, Morgan, and Lauren sitting up there. And Morgan happens to be next to Micky. And so she's just like, are you going to use the veto? And she had like a serious look like, are you going to use the veto? And of course, poor Lauren was like, I don't know. She didn't know. And so she was like, but if you're not going to use it, let one of us use it. When, while you playing. And I'm just like, no, because number one, and I think Lauren actually said it in her diary room, but the veto not only saves one of y'all, it's saving me. So
yeah.
Who knows? These people they put their closest allies on the block. So I want to be secure, number one. And Rachel was the HOH, so she,
Yeah, no, it was a dumb question to ask, and it's something that someone who's never played or watched Big Brother enough would ask.
Yeah. And not only that, because a lot of times, if Lauren does make it, seems like there's always somebody that makes it far in the game who you're like, why are they still here? So at least Lauren's winning things, so it's not like she's super floaty, but it's hard for her to make this.
She has a resume. She does have a resume.
Yeah, and that builds to her resume if you're winning veto. So why am I going to give this to you? And no, ma'am. So anyway, they do the third round. 2 rats that were evicted on the same night. Kelly won a BB Blockbuster, and that was.
So wait. That question, I didn't understand that question. 2 rats that were evicted on the same night?
That Kelly won a Blockbuster comp. So Kelly,
Okay, it was that caveat that
Mhm.
I was just stumped on. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please continue.
And so it was Zay and Adrian. Everybody got it wrong except for Lauren because they thought it was, I forgot who they thought it was. But so Lauren ended up winning HOH. I mean, veto. So she's the winner and she's trying to figure out if she should use it or not. So she's considering Vinny, but she doesn't want, she's scared of Rachel. She don't want to ruffle her feathers. And so Rachel, of course, doesn't want to nominate anyone else and said she's going to interrupt all of Lauren's conversations.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
And she did too. She was just like, everywhere she went, oops, sorry.
So you're going to intimidate her?
Okay.
You're going to make her do what you want to do?
Right. Now that was funny. That was funny when, what did she go? I think I did write that one down when she was like, you're a big girl. You don't have anybody convince you. But when she came in the room, that was hilarious. They were like, hey, Rachel. And then she came in there, yes, staring them down. Real classy guys. And then Vinny running out. We were just trying to, I'm like, Vinny, don't be explaining yourself. Everybody gonna ask to get off the block. You on the block, you're doing whatever you can do. I'm like, this house is something else. But so Lauren initially, when she talks to Rachel is trying to like stroke her ego. It's like, you won that fair and square. Do what, it's your video. Do what you want to do with it. So Lauren wasn't as scared. She was just like, oh, well, I can use it how I want to. Rachel approves. And so she was still semi-struggling. She was leaning toward, of course, still Vinny, but still not quite sure, because she didn't know who Rachel was going to do as a renomination. So she waited a long time. I think that's at least one of the reasons Rachel was mad, because she wanted to know so that she can talk to people, talk to her allies, get a vibe to see who people wanted to go up. But she waited till like literally 30 minutes before the
announcement
veto, to tell her that she's going to use it. And Rachel was like, well, I'm putting your boy Riley up. And that freaked her out a little bit.
But can I tell you, I was so happy Rachel said that, because if you're going to try to make somebody do something that you want them to do, scare them with putting up somebody that they're close with.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
And
she wasn't lying.
She wasn't. And she thought and Vinny, of course, Vinny, he don't care who else on the block, as long as it ain't him. He's like, she's bluffing. And I'm like, I don't think she's bluffing, but they were thinking she was bluffing. But honey, when that veto competition came, not competition, but the ceremony, she used it on Vince and she was like, Riley, you're up. She was like, Lauren chose to use the veto, you're up.
By the way,
oh, go ahead.
Could you hear Lauren's voice cracking? How?
Oh my gosh. She just like, because I know 20, was she 21, 22?
Whatever.
That age, but wow, I'm just like, huh. And so I think she got on there because she's a super fan, which is interesting. She's probably one of the only real super fans in the house.
Isn't Vinny also?
Okay, so they said he said he was a super fan, but some of the decisions that he makes make you think he isn't. And somebody, I don't know if it was on the live feeds or something, he asked a question that anybody who watched Big Brother would know. I can't think of what it was, but it was something like,
okay. So here's the thing. So if you're playing a game with a whole bunch of people who have never watched Big Brother before, the game is just different. It's completely different.
Yeah.
And do you adapt to the situation, or do you alone keep playing it the way that you've seen other successful people play it? And I would be the person to be like, nah, I gotta change. I gotta change with everybody else.
Yeah, I feel like every season people play it different. You just always have to adapt. Like even, and I'll talk about it a little later. But do you know what's his name? Boston Rob. Did you watch Survivor? Do you know who he is, or was he like?
I didn't know who that man was until the other night.
He's very popular. Like if you watch Survivor, you know Boston Rob. He was good. When I tell you he was good, like
he was good at doing what though?
Good at like manipulating people, keeping his allies tight, and like he would I don't know, he could like convince people to vote the way he wants to, use the idol the way they want to. Like
So he was better than Micky.
Very much better than Micky. And he didn't because to me he wouldn't like put up I don't know, he played very smart. And then of course he mentioned it, but he met his wife on the show and they came back. And I can't remember which, did she win one and he won one? I know, but yeah, anyway, he was good. Like he's somebody that like Will or Derek or people that are popular in Big Brother. He's popular in the Survivor.
By the way, is that his name, Dr. Will? Is he really as good as, because I remember seeing that particular season, and yeah, he was good on that season, but to say that he's the greatest, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he was the greatest. And to me, I'm just saying it really depends on who you're in the house with, because with the best, it's interesting because Rachel knows the game, and her trying to adapt and shift her game with the people, because she was just like, oh my gosh, these, like, she's always saying like, these newbies. And a lot of times they're, of course they never played Big Brother before, but they at least know the concept of the game. And when you get information, you know what information to hold, what information to share. You don't just tell everybody everything or nominating your allies because you're scared to.
Is this an age thing? Because I don't see Will doing that.
That's true. It could be because most of the people in the house are young. Micky's older, I guess, not old, but like in her 30s. And Rachel, of course.
I will say this. I will say a couple times when they've said Micky said they'll rewind, and Micky ain't saying nothing.
Wait a minute. They said they'll what?
So if you remember, it was last night. Somebody, I can't remember what it was they said that Micky said. Micky didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. She was in the room when it was said, but they attributed it to Micky.
Yeah, I can't think of what it was now. Oh, that was it? I can't think of what it was now, but I know what you're talking about. Where, because I guess because she's done so much and people have seen shady stuff, it's easy to tack on a little extra. I think it was Vinny may have tacked on a little extra sauce or something to what she did. I can't remember though, but I know what you're talking about though.
Vinny's good. If Vinny could, if he could, I'm not gonna say build his allies, but if he could like restore his friendship with that group that on the other side,
like Catherine and Lauren.
Yeah. The trick though is Catherine. If I were him, I would kind of get the other side to get rid of Catherine. If he could get rid of Catherine, he could.
Yeah, because he has Lauren, he has Keanu, and Kelly's just poor thing. She just there, and yeah. So because I don't necessarily like his game per se, but it's working right now for him because he has a way of, and I think he comes across like, I don't know what I'm doing. They made me do it. It's just, I don't know. But he does know what he's doing. And he's, to me, like making all those final twos can always get sketchy. Like he couldn't even remember the final two he made. I'm like, not I'm thinking you. Final two, my best friend in the house. And he doesn't, like, what's your name again? Oh my gosh. But everybody, when she nominates Riley, when I tell you the house is shook, they are shook. Like they crying. They're like, I'm just like, and maybe
where has this guy been all season?
And they did give him a good edit. Like he came off as like endearing. He's in a showman's, but that's not all who he was. So the audience, I think, outside of Big Brother, is like, nominate him. Look, good with it. But anyway, so at that point, he's nominated. They got Micky, Morgan, and Riley on the block. So Micky thinks she has the votes. Kelly's trying to figure out if Vinny and Lauren are closer than they say, because typically you don't out of the blue just use veto on somebody just because they ask. And
right,
it has to be some type of strategy. So she's like, okay, I know we're final two, and Keanu doesn't even know about our final two, but are y'all closer? And Vinny was like, She just used it on me. So I don't, people are believing in it. And it could be maybe his presence when you're in the house just seems so sincere that you just trust him. But I'm looking at these people like, what?
He's not the type. I mean, and I've said this before, it's his body frame. Like, why would someone doubt him? You know, if Zay were in that particular position, I don't think that they would trust Zay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because it's not to say that all the big guys are intimidating, but it has something in there where I don't know, I guess he's puny or something like and they believe him. But it was interesting. So did you see Micky? She was doing like the Eminem game, or they do stuff like that every season where they like do that. And Morgan got mad because I guess that was, and it wasn't really her thing. They use that every year, but I get what she's saying. She's like, oh, man, not you doing the Eminem game that I taught you to try to strategize on getting me out. Hold up now. Because they both on the block. And then,
I thought that was rich, though. I thought that particular moment was very, very rich. And what I mean by that is, look, if your ally is on the block with you, your ally is going to be scheming just as much as you're scheming.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, she might have used the same thing that you use, but that just means that you need to go into overdrive, turn right out the door, and solidify your goal.
Let me borrow. How many people in the house? Let me borrow 10 M&Ms. Do your thing. Yeah, that's true. Because it's very rare that people are like, I'm just not going to,
campaign.
Yeah, campaign, but it's very rare. So even if it's their ally on the block, it's like every man for himself at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did get a new alliance. The judges, Vinny, Morgan, Ashley, and Will. We'll see how long this one lasts.
Oh, is that because you're following your script? Oh, please continue with your script.
We'll see how long it lasts. So they formed it. Riley's still in the house at this point. So on Thursday, eviction night, they play the BB Blockbuster, and it's similar to a game they played before, but instead of this, it was like almost like a snake thing, and they roll the ball down, and it has to get in the highest, and you can roll for 2 minutes and just lock in your highest score. Now, what's his name? Riley locked in 29 fairly early, and he kind of sat around and waited to see what the other people locked in.
Well, he didn't necessarily lock in. He let his ball sit at 29.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He sat waiting, and then it was just like, okay, let me see, if nobody else can get it, I'll try to lock in. What I thought was interesting, I thought he should have, because wasn't it almost like a minute left?
Yeah, it was a good
chunk of time. So I felt like if you already lost, you might as well just try to see what you could do. And if you lose, you lose, but at least try. But maybe he felt safe. I think he felt safe too. Like he was just like, well,
if I were him, I would have felt safe.
Yeah, because he was like, Morgan, I'll beat her because people are gonna vote her out, But clearly,
and Micky too at that particular. Well, not at that particular point. I think the person that he was like really paying attention to, had to have been paying attention to, was Morgan, because Micky, she had her people, and I think everybody knew it.
Yeah, but no, they were going to. I think they were like, okay, so if it was between Micky, I think they were going to vote Micky out if she didn't win the Blockbuster. Yeah, because they were stuff was coming. I think it came out more in the live review of, if you watch live, but they did show a little on the show about, they were just like, wait a minute, Micky, she's not playing both sides of the house per se, but stuff she's saying, she's intimidating people. I think Morgan was like, she made me explain. It's almost like, I think they called her a dictator. That's what they were calling her, like a dictator, and they didn't like it. But in any case, it didn't matter because she won the Blockbuster and they voted. And Ava really struggled with her vote. Vinny semi-struggled with his vote, but they both voted for Riley. I know. I was just like, guys, y'all know them less than maybe a little over a month, but is it that serious?
It's a month and a half at that point, I think it was.
Yeah, I'm just like, the tears, like, Everybody's crying at this house. But 5-4, he lost, and he instead of like.
By the way, did you anticipate Micky winning? I didn't anticipate that. For some reason, I thought Morgan was gonna win.
I didn't know who I actually thought Riley was gonna win just because it seems like he performed better in the other blockbusters. And even when I saw it, typically men, just even with the sheer force of them rolling a ball, I don't know. I just thought he would win it. But, yeah, but he didn't. So he hugged.
It just seemed like Morgan was locked in, like for real, locked in. Like I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Has she won anything?
She has not won a thing.
Okay, because she gives off competitor. She's like muscular, athletic, and has won nothing. And it could be that a lot of the games are not as athletic anymore until we get to last night's episode, which still didn't matter. But anyway, long story short, he hugs Catherine. I think I said Lauren. He hugs Catherine for a long time. He spent his, all his time hugging up on her and Keanu, and the host was like, come on out of here. We got a show to do. But he claims he blames himself. And
I have a question. I have never seen it last that long. Like that must have been like 3 minutes.
Yeah. I was shocked she didn't say it earlier because I'm just like, wait a minute.
I think everyone was shocked at the emotion that we saw. Like we've never, I don't ever remember anything like that. I've seen her say, okay, it's time, but never to that extent where it was just protracted.
Yeah, and I'm like, if y'all liked him that much,
why you voted his ass out?
Thank you. And then to me, it makes me think of, I think I put this down here something later, but how would you feel if like people so broken up over the person leaving? I'm talking about like as Morgan, you're consoling people because they sad that the person left. It's like, well, I was the other option. So I'm like, but y'all really want it.
So here's the thing. This is what I don't like. I don't like the fact that Ava got upset that she voted him out.
Yeah.
Why are you upset with Rachel? Why are you upset with anybody else for doing the same thing that you did? Yeah. You decided that vote. Nobody else but you.
Yep.
You can't get mad at nobody else. This is a game after all.
Yeah, and this wasn't like I'm voting with the house. Like you made a decision because the house was split. And yeah, it was, I don't know who necessarily, but between Vinny and Ava, they were the ones that were finicky, but they made their decision. And I think they said on the lives, they weren't going to, you know how some people like mentally, okay, if Micky wins, we'll pick this person. If Riley wins, but they did it on they said, we're going to decide after we hear who wins the blockbuster. And that may be why she got so emotional, because she didn't have a chance to process her decision. And she made, I don't know what she wants to do, but in any case, Riley was gone. And Catherine, to me, this was like the first time I've seen her really
emotional at all.
No, I mean like in a diary room. So I think she may get more airtime now because her game was so connected to Riley. She didn't really have
and we've seen that before though. Yeah,
that's true. So for BB Unlocked, you didn't know Boston Rob, but he was wondering why everybody was crying on the show too. Me too. It's a very emotional cast. Very. They got their
it's their age. That's the only thing that I can say.
Yeah. Let me see what else we found out. The other stuff was like regular, but I thought I liked the episode. I thought it was decent. Oh, Nicole made an appearance. She's pregnant, so that was some news. And also, I didn't realize.
Was it really news though? Like I saw the big stuff.
Oh, I didn't. I noticed that her face. People. Even Boston Rob. If you look at him in the season, it was Survivor, so they starving. But he's a lot plumper and it's grayer and things like that than he was on the show. So he looks different. So I just thought like, oh, okay, she might have picked up a little bit, but
her nose is a little wide because normally it's it's a little wide.
He was like, that's not a surprise. But yeah, once she started saying it's like she was alluding to it before she made the official announcement, and that's when I was like, oh, she must be pregnant, But I didn't know before. Like when I first saw her, I wasn't thinking it. What else? Oh. And maybe because I don't watch the live feeds in the morning or whatever, but I didn't realize they played music for them. In the morning.
Yeah. Rachel has no rhythm, baby.
I didn't see really any of them with the rhythm per se.
Oh, but Rachel was just
hers was way awful. Like,
she reminded of me dancing. I can't.
It's like we didn't even hear the song, but we knew she was off beat. We could just tell she was off beat. But so anyway, yesterday's episode was the new HOH. So of course everybody's sad, crying, and broke up over Riley, and Vinny is crying, and he's trying to tell people that instead of him making the decision that he was like convinced to put him up. And Keanu believes everything he says. I'm like, how many times somebody got to tell you a lie or that he was confused or whatever before you start to believe he lying? But I don't think Keanu ever gonna figure that out. But anyway, so they do this wall comp, the Mystere Express, and it's like the normal wall comps that they have, except they had a couple of options. They were like 3 wood planks.
Wait, so hold on.
Instead of so they had a couple of options, and I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be on the competition, but for some reason, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think I would go up. Yeah, I think I would go up. I feel like I would be more secure holding my hands up. But in any case, they're splatting and stuff and they're leaning up. And then did you see? I forget, it was Micky and somebody else
had water on the inside.
Yes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. That's when I would have been like,
that would have freaked me.
Yes. And oh, nasty. Kelly was like, is it just me or this stuff tastes kind of good? I'm like, oh. No. I'm like, you opened your mouth. Oh Lord. But so the top 3 people that drop are have nots. And so Ashley and Will drop pretty soon. And it was kind of interesting, Kelly hanging off the side. I thought she was gonna drop, but you know, she kept it together. And then Morgan drops 3rd, which was interesting because apparently all in the lives, that's all she talked about. She could not wait to the live, to the wall comp, because that was hers to win. And she dropped 3rd. So anyway, Micky drops, Ava drops, Kelly. Kelly, I think she was trying to flex on us because remember she was stretching and everybody was like, wow. And then, she slipped a little bit and fell. Keanu, Lauren, then Catherine and Vince are the last one there. And he tried to make a deal, but Catherine was still hot because, you just voted her man out. She was like, no, I ain't talking to you. I'm about to win this, but she didn't. So Vinny is the new HOH. And
which, by the way, I just want to remind you, I've always said men with a certain physique are going to do better in certain competitions. And he has the physique.
Yeah. I was actually surprised that Keanu lasted as long as he did.
Yes.
Even though he's stronger, but he, like you say, he doesn't have the physique that comp. But
it was all that ass on that wood. He couldn't. He
was already off.
That's why Micky fell. They got all that ass.
Yeah. It's like it's meant for the little flat booty, whoever, men or women. But let me see. He talks to different people. Let me see. Keanu was trying to get him to have Rachel up as a pawn. And, so he's considering that. He talks to Morgan and she said she's okay. If he puts Micky up but she was trying to get him not to put Rachel up because she was fighting for Rachel, not for Micky. Vinny talks to Lauren and Catherine too, try to smooth things over with her. And it seemed, at least on the recording that we saw, it looks like it went well. And then he talks to Kelly.
But do you think that Catherine is going to forget
about
or forgive? Yeah.
I don't think she's going to forget. I think once she has a chance to, it could be double eviction, it could be something. But I think in the back of her mind, she was like, I'm a ride. Sure, you're the HOH. I'm going to agree with you. I'm not going to fight with you. Sure, we can make amends, but I don't think she's fully on his side. So
agreed.
And then Kelly, your final 2, he ends up, asking her, and she was just like, I don't know why she thinks, I don't know. I'm like, you don't put your final 2 up. Like, if there's any clue that a person It's not your final two, and there are other people in the house. If it's the last three, you're still not the final two, but why am I even on your radar? But in any case, so long story short, he ended up nominated Ava, Micky, and Kelly. So that's who's on the board.
Now, do you think, though, in his mind, do you think by nominating Kelly, because he told Kelly he wants her to win so that he could backdoor Rachel?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that's a sound strategy if he's telling the truth?
No, only because Big Brother is so finicky where any little thing could happen. You don't know what the competitions are. I may win, I may not win. So if I lose and now I'm on the block on the eviction day, so
they might vote my ass out.
Yeah, so I'm just like, don't just play. If they pick me for veto, then it's meant to be. I'll win it that way, but don't put me on the block to win against somebody else. No. So, but that was the episode. We're gonna let me see what else I had for you. Oh, we got to do. Oh,
roll with it or roll out.
Yes, but I don't see the ones that I put. I hope I didn't delete them. But anyway, while we're waiting, while I'm trying to find these, a couple of spoilers. Apparently, I don't know if Riley found out what people are saying about him outside the house, but he is not doing exit interviews. So he didn't.
So he found out.
Yeah, that must have been what it was, because he is not doing exit interviews at all. And they have had the veto competition. Close your ears if you don't want to hear. But drum roll. Do you know who it is?
No.
Oh, okay. Guess. Where's mine? Look, I always have you guess, and you're like,
Do I need to expect someone unexpected?
Not necessarily.
Ooh. Morgan.
No. She kind of unexpected at this point, honestly, if you think about
Micky.
it. Yeah, Micky. So she's off the block, so they gotta figure out. The last I heard, I didn't hear a renomination. Man, and I thought I had some good ones too. I must have, because I was trying to delete and cut and paste, and I must have deleted them. But I know one was roll with the, or let me see if it's here. Sorry. Look, you like roll. Okay, let me see, because I want to find it. Where did I put it? Shoot. Now I'm getting mad. Okay, one was, would you throw the veto to allow somebody on the block to win?
I'm rolling out.
Okay.
I'm never going to throw the veto. I'm never going to not win a competition.
Yeah.
Never. I'm always going to try to win. Always.
Because to me, it usually doesn't work out for the person. To me, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work out if they're trying to do that. Okay. What's another one? Oh my gosh, where did it go? Because I caught myself trying to I think I deleted it. I cut and paste a little too much. That's not it. Oh man, this is making me mad because I had some good ones, but I can't remember what they are now. Ugh. Okay. Any closing thoughts as I try to find this?
Who's your money on now? Let's make some predictions. Who's your money on right now? I found him. Okay. I'll answer the question. Honestly, judging everybody at the house, and I never thought I would say this, but Will, only because I feel like he was a huge target at the beginning, and usually they target the older guys, but some kind of way he's garnered this respect and people just love him. And I don't know if he's necessarily and it could be his strategy that he is playing, just kind of let me not do too much because I was a target earlier and let me just kind of ride and build up my social game. Mm-hmm. But every once in a while, he'll come in and give a little something to show that he's playing the game. But nobody's targeting him right now, to me, from either side. He's not winning anything, but even though people people have his name in their mouths, but they're not. You're right. They're not targeting him. So he's in a pretty good position. I agree. He's in a pretty good position, and it really just depends on what he says. If he's in those final 2 seats, it depends on what he says. For instance, Nicole had at the when she won, I don't remember, besides at the very end, she didn't win anything until the very end, and she still won.
Mm-hmm.
It was what she said. She was like, look, I positioned myself, I did this, I was targeted, I got myself out of that particular position, and I'm now in these final 2 seats. Nobody did that for me. I did that for myself. If he says something along those lines, and only the way that Will can say it, he has a chance.
Throw in a couple of chocolate drops here and there. Yeah, he might get it. Okay. Roll with it or roll out. Okay, talk that stuff now. Okay. Using your veto to save your final 2, knowing that an ally is going to replace them on the block.
Oh, that's dicey. That's really rolling with it. Ooh, it's like a lose-lose. Well, not a lose. It's a lose-lose. Because either way, you're gonna lose somebody. It really just depends on how much that final 2 is locked in with you. So I guess not knowing whether or not that final 2 person is locked in with me, I would probably do it.
Okay.
I would probably do it.
I think so too, because to me, the final 2, I mean, that's what Lauren did. So that's how I brought this one up. But although her final 2 was kind of shaky with Vince, if it's your true final 2, I think, you just have to do it. All right. That's the one I remember throwing a veto because you're not on the block. Okay. As HOH, interrupting the veto winners conversation to make sure they don't use it.
It was so shysty, but I loved every second of it. I'm rolling with it, baby. I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with it.
Oh, God. Asking random questions. I'm like, ooh, Rachel. Okay.
It was so obvious, though. It was so obvious.
I know the answer to this one, but being emotional because Riley was voted out.
No.
Oh, my gosh. No. Okay. When you're in there voting, say, and you're talking to Julie, calling Julie auntie during your, say, hey, Auntie Julie.
Oh, you went back a couple weeks, but that was. Well, I mean, if I look the way that Julie looked, I might call her auntie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be a cultural thing to call her auntie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Roll with it or roll out. The BB Blocked episode being on Sunday before the Sunday episode or on Fridays.
Oh, I was so fucking pissed. I did not like that shit at all. You made me watch this book. You wanted to keep the ratings up. They wanted to keep the ratings up. That's all that was.
That's really what it was. So I actually rolled with it because I wanted to try to watch the first one, and I was just and the way they did it, it was so seamless. Like you're gonna have to kind of watch a little bit of it to figure out because it wasn't a clean break. It seemed like they just went right into the show. And but I actually like it on Sunday. So and now we know we can either fast forward, but I'll watch it because I knew Boston Rob and I wanted to see what he had to say.
So okay, so I ended up watching it after it ended, right? But I still watched. I still watched it. Yeah. I still watched the show, even though I hated it because I was like, wait a minute, did I record the wrong thing? What's happening? What's happening? So yeah.
Because even on Thursday's episode, I don't think they said it would be on Sunday. They just said on the next, and so I just assumed it was going to be on Friday. This is more of it's not a roll with it or roll out, but I was just wondering, like, after people vote, they always shout out people. Who would you shout out when you're like, I'm voting for whoever, and then it's like, shout out to. Are you just walking out? I think I would definitely be like, you said what?
I would have to really think about that one. I mean, you know, besides, you know, like my sisters, some family members, and it would depend because there's so many family members that I know would not watch Big Brother. So it's like, why would I shout them out if I know they're not watching Big Brother? Yeah. So it's kind of like, who would I shout out?
Probably watch because you're on the show that season, though, so they'll probably watch.
Them motherfuckers ain't watching shit.
It was like, no, they ain't. No, they ain't. Oh gosh, but yeah, I think my parents, Anthony, the boys, maybe 1 week my sister and niece and nephews. It depends, like if it's their birthday or something during the summer. But yeah, but that's all I have. We'll see how who Vinny nominates or renominates for when the veto is used. I'm sure Micky's gonna use it, even though I think this is a spoiler too. But Kelly was like, maybe we can convince her to use it on right. It's no. But yeah, so we'll see you all next week around this time.
This is what I want to say though. Micky in her own right is a force to be reckoned with. She really is.
I agree.
Her social game got her to where she is. She's winning competitions.
She is winning now. And I don't think, okay, so her social game is interesting because she has an intimidating nature in her social game, but then she also has a way to, I don't know.
Endear people.
Yeah. I'll make them, you know, so it is interesting. So we'll see. To me, like she's somebody that you may end up rooting for, even though you don't necessarily like how they played the whole game, but we'll see.
Another thing about her, do you recall when, what was it? Was it Rachel? Not Rachel. When Vinny was talking to her and Vinny was like, a lot of people are saying da 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 da. She didn't get rattled. She didn't get rattled by that, and I appreciated that. I appreciated that from her because if she had shown herself in that moment, that would have made her target even bigger. And she didn't shrink.
Yeah.
I love that.
She can handle those conversations with the HOH and people. She does that well. Like even if you think back to when Riley was trying to figure out who could steal the HOH, some kind of way she gets it where I don't know if she could point her questions in a certain way, or I don't know. It's good. It's not necessarily the way I would play. And I think the only thing I didn't necessarily like about her game is her nominating Jimmy, and also just being a little like you got to be somewhat intimidated so people can respect your game, but not like almost motherly intimidated, like, you know, why are you talking to them? You need to talk to me before you talk to them type thing. But anyway, we'll see how she fares. She's definitely safe this week, so we'll see.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll see you all next week on, I guess, Labor Day. Labor Day. So take care.
Until next time, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.